Okay, lads are actually live. Of course, Lynn just takes a mouth for the Guinness. Getting the
That's
vitamin
what,
G already, I suppose, is it?
yes.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to tonight's show of Mauls and All the Breakdown, live on Facebook and on YouTube. Matt will be posting this at some stage later on Spotify. Any subscriptions, and if you want to subscribe, feel free to do on both YouTube and Spotify. A lot easier to listen to every now and again. We will recommend headphones just in case there is any people avoiding that are not fond of sour or bad language every now and again, because I think a fair share might be said at later on during the show tonight, especially by our good Bishop Lynn. Now we will start off, and Lynn, I'll come to you first. Ulster 26, Stade Francais 19. Ulster 26-0 up at half time. What do you make of that match?
I'd say yet again, fair play to Ulster. Topped their pool, and to be honest with you, I think they're serious contenders to win the Challenge Cup outright. Look, let's be honest, lads. They're probably the most form Irish province at the moment. You know what I mean? They haven't really taken the dip. So, blistering first half attack. It was just on fucking real. 26-0. Tries from, was it O'Toole, Bannacoon, Klusky, fucking Jack Murphy slaughtered fucking 3 to 4 conversions. Look, last year we were discussing, and I know it was a bugbear of Peter Burke's about, and we've discussed this recently as well. Are they a 40-minute team? They shot into the lead, but in fairness to Stade, they came back at him hard in the second half, and credit to Ulster, they absolutely weathered the storm, and that they're under fucking hell of a lot of fucking pressure. Look, I know Stade got a couple of tries and what have you, but they came away with the win, and I don't think a year ago that would have been the case. I think Stade would have overpowered them, and it just showed a lot of character to hold out for the 40 minutes against a top 14 side. Stade, I think, are third in the top 14 at the moment, are they?
I'm not too sure, to be honest with
you. I'm not sure that Stade are third. I think they're third in the. I think last week going into it anyway, they were third. So any top 14 team is hard to beat. So to win that's third, what I thought the most amazing stat out of the whole lot of it was Ulster had a match day squad.
You're right, they're third.
Third, yeah. But Ulster had a match day squad of 23 Irish qualified players.
you.
And plus an Irish coach, and more or less, and the assistants coach are Irish as well. So that's some fucking testament, to field a squad of all solely Irish players. There was no Werner Koch in the team at the weekend. And then, they're bringing through players at a fucking alarming rate, and at a fucking, they're doing the business for him. Young Bryn Ward picked up another man of the match at 7. So, like, he's a contender. That's the position we're not great in. Actually, I'm going to have to stop complimenting Ulster, lads, because they recently approached me, the fact that I'm being so complimentary all season to them. And they asked me, would I defect,
Yeah, you're just looking for your Diageo deal.
No, you see, this is the problem, Danny, right? They said, will I come over and, sign up as an Ulster supporter, because, it was so nice to them. And I said, look, what's in it for me, lads? And all they could offer me was kegs of harp, so that was the fucking deal at the window. No, we can't be having that.
Can't be having that, man. Can't be having that. It's not harp.
Well, look, well done to Ulster. And as I said, I think they're a serious contenders to win it outright.
A couple of comments here anyway. Mark Noonan says evening, and evening to you as well anyway, Mark. Alan Doran, hi gentlemen, it's great to be back tuning in. Nice to see you as well anyway, Alan. Joe Lyons here got a new song intro, Lynn. It goes a bit like this. Na 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 wahoo. Not sure if the tune's right, but fucking. Let's see. Johan, I'll get to your comment there in a few minutes. Bevan coming in here again says, again, what happened at halftime though? Like, you can't just play one half. They were really lucky that Stad didn't end up beating them. And she's actually right. Because like they went scored the entire second half. Joe Lyons and Ulster are playing great since Sexton headed up. He seems to have been that missing cog, but also so many injuries last season seriously impacted Ulster. But great having them back and some fantastic quality players coming through too. Matt, I'll get your opinions there on the Ulster Stad game.
Yeah, look, I mean, Len has brought up a very, very good point there that the whole 23 was all Irish qualified, the coaching staff all Irish qualified. That's fucking testament to the team and to the coaching staff and what they're doing, because they've actually played phenomenally well at the start of this season. And, you know, like even you look at the likes of Jacob Stockdale, seems to be coming back into a run of form of himself, you know, and Andy Farrell was up there watching a couple of games. You know, they're definitely putting their hands up, you know, and they're definitely in the selection thought process, you know, and who knows what's going to happen. But yeah, look, I mean, a blistering first half, absolute quality rugby. They were everywhere on the park. They were actually a joy to watch in that first half, and scoring for fun. You know, it looked like they were just playing with just crack. They were enjoying themselves, you know, and fucking everything was going right for them. But just it's pretty criminal to fucking turn off like that at halftime against a team like Stade Francais, because they could have easily won that game. You know?
Yeah.
Look, I suppose they probably had done enough to win it. They clearly did, but it's not what you want in the second half. But again, as Led said, like Stade Francais obviously had a good fucking dressing down in the dressing room and came out and said, well, let's fucking show something or attempt something, because they were a different team in the second half. But it was a cracking game to watch, you know. As Len said, Bryn Ward's second match, he has been a fantastic find. I have to say, again, Zach Ward, he is playing really, really well. And you can see by him, there's a few times that he took too much out of the ball sometimes on the wing. And then you see all of a sudden, then he pops a pass out to fucking Stuart McCluskey and then they score, you know what I mean? So things like that, you know, that comes with learn. Like the more you play in a team, the more you learn how to. And look, I know he's so used to sevens, there probably wouldn't have been anybody outside him anyway. But it's nice to see him and adapting into the 15s game now anyway. So look, they are quality at the moment. They really are. They've started better than any of the four provinces so far in the URC. They're definitely showing in the Challenge Cup. And as Len said, and I would actually agree with them, they must be favourites now to lift that title.
Yeah. I suppose we'll move on. There's a few more comments there. All right, I'll get to them in a while. But Matt, I want to get your opinion on the Leinster-Béal match. Leinster winning that 22-13 after being down 10-3 at halftime.
That was a fucking battle. That was a battle and a half. And they said before, Bayonne haven't lost at home in like fucking 20 odd games or something. And they haven't lost at home all season. You know, so it's clearly a very tough place to go. And you could see, I actually didn't fucking realize that Manu Tuolangi was playing there.
Neither did I actually.
Yeah, I didn't cop it until I was like looking at it going, hang on a second. But yeah, like, I mean, fucking hell, like, you know, they are, look, the top 14 is the best league in rugby at the moment. And the competition is frightening. It's actually frightening. Like the quality of the teams, you have your kind of top three, there's points separating them. And if you look at that middle section, you could go, and it's always the same in the top 14. You could win a match and be in fucking 12th position and then be up in 4th the next week, because it's just so tight. But it'll just goes to show you the quality of the players that they have. But they were battle hardened. They really were. And they really stuck it to Leinster. And I think Leinster were struggling at times with the physicality. but you have to credit to Bayonne, like they just stuck it out. But on the flip side as well, you have to say credit to Leinster because they wouldn't let them get the better of them. And you could see it as the game went on. I thought Harry Byrne had another fantastic game. I really did. And, we have said this before, he is definitely up there in the thoughts of Farrell for possibly starting Six Nations games, I'm sure we'll talk about that later on. But yeah, look, I mean, Caelan Doris was a great leader as well. I thought, I didn't think they were going to do it. Now, look, they were down 7 points at halftime, and I was like, if they can just hold on and get like a first score in the second half, maybe the momentum will shift. But it was not until the 70th minute that they actually went ahead, and that'll just show you the quality that Leinster had to pull out of the bag to beat these guys because they were in it till the very end, and I suppose with the very last try, that was kind of the sealing of the deal, but that was like 78, 79 minutes when they were finally saying game's over. Like, they can look forward to a home quarter or a home last 16 or whatever it is, but it was a very tough game. And I'd say there'd be sore bodies after that, 100%, because they're fucking huge. Like, I couldn't
a couple of broken bodies after it, actually, wasn't there?
I'd say so, yeah. Absolutely, But look,
Tom Bryan.
You have to say credit to Leinster for sticking it out and winning in the end because they struggled massively, for probably 50 or 60 minutes.
Yeah. Joe Lyons is here as well. He's saying D2 standard is also deep. French Rugby League level is ridiculous.
Yeah.
So I think that's still another huge thing as well. Anyway, just one or two comments there regarding the Leinster match. Agree, Matt. I think that this has opened the door for Ulster in the Six Nations from Bevan and Gregor saying here, if we played better in both halves, we would be much better. Which, yeah, but I suppose that's probably part and parcel of
true. But they done what they weren't previously able to do for a long time, and it was dig in. Yeah. You know what I mean? Which they weren't able to do, and now they've proved that they can do that. So they could have gone, like, it probably would have been easier for them to go off and score another 3 or 4 tries in the second half. But they've done what they haven't previously been able to do, and that's grind out a fucking victory, hold on to the lead. Okay, it may have narrowed by the time the 80 minutes were up, but that's a new factor to their game, which is great to see.
Yeah. Len, I'll come to you on the Bayonne Leinster match and what you thought of that.
Yeah, look, I was traveling up and I was listening to it on the radio, and look, Leinster were already qualified, so they wanted to win to top the table. And look, in fairness to them, they did. It sounded like, from what I was listening to it, as Matt said, it sounded like a battle. And the Irish comms team on the radio, they came across as slightly worried that the job wasn't going to get done, and they were a lot of credit there for Bayonne. So it probably wasn't their best. I watched back the highlights of it as well. It probably wasn't their best performance, but it's job done. They secured home advantage, and they're nicely lined up on the side of the table to divide all the big guns like Bath, Toulouse, Bordeaux. So happy days. They're like, the chances are Leinster will make it to a final on the side of the group they are. They should do. You know what I mean? And they won't be one of the Bath or the Toulouse or the Bordeaux till the final if they get to that stage. So, look, I'm sure, mightn't have been great, hard going at times, but the result is the result that counts at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Look, I saw that the Bayonne try, fucking the break from the middle of the field, some fucking try, some basically. But as Matt said, any French team can hurt you because they fucking, their pace in general. Even just talking, I know we'll come on to it, but that fucking in the Munster game, that loosehead, Sakabali, fucking hell, like, the size of the chap and the fucking speed on, you know what I mean? I don't know what they're fucking feeding these guys, but Jesus Christ, they're all 100-meter fucking sprinters, no matter what fucking size they are. Yeah, look, it was back and forth, and I know in fairness, I know it was a 10-3 at the break, but didn't Clarkson had a try disallowed. I remember listening to this on the radio, a double movement or something, Matt, was it?
Yeah.
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 So
It was.
yeah. So that's the problem with the highlights. They'll show you the tries, but they don't show you,
Yeah, I think, to be fair to the ref, he actually said, like, you were tackled and you stopped, and you could have actually placed the ball and played it back, but you chose to go forward. So he actually propelled himself. So the referee was very good in explaining the situation, and there was no doubt about it. Do you know what I mean? Like, he was definitely short. The momentum had stopped. He couldn't have even like reached to place it. He had to propel himself, and I think he actually did it from his knees when you look back at the replay. Now, looking at it live, it is hard to tell because it's just so quick that it happens. But when you saw the replay, it was definite. There was no doubt about it. But again, credit to the ref, because he said it exactly what he thought, and that was it. It was okay, fair enough.
I think on listening on radio, I think he said you had the opportunity to place the ball and you didn't.
Exactly.
Something along those lines.
Something along those lines, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And I think I was like, I listen again, I say just hard to re-enter, but the turning point seemed to be Yantis went off literally just before halftime. He was sin binned, and that gave him
that was 49 minutes he went off.
Yeah, that was, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying here, anyway, yeah, 49 minutes.
Yeah, is it not 50 minutes aside anymore, Danny, no?
No. No, anymore.
They changed over the weekend. Right, but look, who else pops up with the fucking try on Dan Sheen? Fucking that guy is, I'm telling you. I'd say the bookies have stopped taking bets on him getting a try in a game.
I'd say so.
No, you basically get 1 to 10,000 odds of him scoring a try, so if put 10 grand to get a euro back.
And he took it fucking brilliantly. But I have to say, on the highlights, it was a fucking smashing offload from O'Brien to put him away, in all fairness, off the wing. But look, and then Sam Prendergast, brilliant try. I think, in fairness to him, that high bouncing ball, he got up above everybody else in. So look.
But the funny thing about that was it was Harry Bourne's kick. It was
Harry Bourne's kick. It was
his kick over the top, Yeah. So and as you said, fair play to Sam. He got up the highest, and that was it. It's just simple as.
And then Deacon then put the icing on the cake, so I put it to bed. Look, I don't think. Okay, as you say, it might have been a battle, but it's a results business, and at the end of the day, came away with what they wanted, and I think they'll be happy enough with the position they're in. And the draw.
All right. Commentating here from Johan. Will Munster get behind Leinster now that they're in the European Cup? Yes, for me.
Yeah, of course we will.
Yeah. To be honest, we get behind the other provinces as long as they're not playing Munster, as far as I'm concerned, yeah.
Yeah.
Lynn, this one tees up lovely. This one tees up absolutely lovely to the next day we're going in. Night Steins. Thanks for comment. All right, lads. I thought Leinster were having a shit weekend until I watched Munster versus Castra's match. Now, Lynn, I'll ask you this. Castra's 31, Munster 29. Go on. Since you're at the match, give us your thoughts on it.
I don't want to talk about it, Danny.
All right, Matt, I'll come to you then. Come to you, Matt.
I'm in mourning, Danny. Danny, I'm in mourning. Look, actually, look.
He took his flag down. Does that tell you?
I'm still wearing the black armband.
Mourning me backslide. The only thing you're mourning is the only thing you're mourning is loss of your Diageo deal. That's the only thing you're mourning. Now, come on, give us your thoughts on the Munster Castra's match.
Look, I'll be honest with you, Danny. It took me a fucking weekend to fucking come to terms with it. I'll be fucking straight up. A fucking mixture of emotions on the fucking thing. Look, first off, I think, considering the way some of the French teams have approached this new version of the Heineken Cup, I thought it was very fucking inconsiderate of Castre to send over a full team for a start, right? That's first off. fucking pricks. And the second thing was, there were some fucking ominous signs before the game, right? And some of the young fellas were walking up to the stadium, and I said again, you know, the half flags, most Munster cast.
Yeah.
I said, I'll get you the scarves. I said, I'll get your flag on the way up. And we arrived up anyway, and there was a little fucking French guy, about fucking 5'5", just ahead of us, and he says, "Your man," he says, "a scarf, and please." And your man goes, "Yeah, €15, kid." And he goes, "No." He said, my friend played €10. "No, kid," he said, "they're always fucking €15." He said, "They're €15. But your man haggled with him anyway. He goes, "No, my friend paid fucking €10. So fair fucks to him. He got the flag for fucking €10. And the man turned to me like, and I said, "Yeah, I'm the same friend. There's a tenner throws out a fucking scarf there, would you?" So that was grand. But I said, the fucking balls in the guy to be arguing with a Limerick fucking street trader. And I said, if the lads on the fucking show are half as gutsy on the fucking pitch as the supporters were, you know, we're in for a fucking battle. And yeah, it was a battle. It was a battle. You know what I mean? Look, fucking the lead changed hands. I think it was 5 fucking times. It was bad. It was. I tell you something, lads. As a neutral, I'm sure it was a good game. Did you think it was a good game to watch, Matt?
Look, it was probably the game of the weekend to watch.
Yeah.
In terms of like two teams going at it and literally both playing as if it was a final, like, do you know that sort of way?
It kind of was.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, but seeing them go toe to toe like that, it is very entertaining. You know, as a Munster fan, you'd be fucking on the edge of your seat, biting your nails, covering your eyes, diving behind.
We were.
Do you know what I mean? I can see that side of it, but from my point of view, it was an absolute belter of a game.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'd say it myself because I was watching bits and pieces of the game here and there.
You were watching bits and pieces of it.
Yeah.
Call yourself a Munster fan.
A Munster fan, huh?
Fucking.
Excuse you. I have
you come on here and
he's probably trying to fit in with the Stormers game or something there.
Fucking.
Now, come on now, tell us. Tell us about your farming lives, then. Tell us about your farming lives. Oh, wait, how going farming here to show?
You decided to be a farmer.
I'm trying to watch a game.
You decided to be a farmer, buddy, not us.
Yeah, a 6th generation farmer. So there you go.
6th generation.
You think you'd have to fucking find art by now, so wouldn't you?
Didn't mean you had to do it. I'm sure there's plenty of 6th generation farmers out there. Decided to be lawyers or solicitors or Gardaí or whatever.
Yeah, right. Niall Steins, I thought it was very inconsiderate of Castrate to castrate you like that on the telly. How dare they?
Yeah, absolutely. No.
Yeah.
Look, I tell you now, it was the fucking one of the weirdest. I've been at fucking games where we've won. I've been at games where we've fucking lost. I've been at big games where we fucking lost. I've been at fucking Heineken Cup games where we fucking lost. But it was just a very fucking strange atmosphere when the final whistle went, because it was like there was a stunned silence. I don't think it was as if I was just fucking shocked that, you know, we had gone out of the pool stages of the Heineken Cup, and it was very fucking quiet. Just everybody just fucking filed out of the stadium. There was no fucking chatter. There was no fucking banter. There was not even discussion. People were just, it was weird. But look, let's fucking analyze the game. As I said, on reflection, right? If this was round 1 in the pool stages, right, and Cast had come over, we probably wouldn't have been too disappointed to come away with, you know, scoring 5 tries and the 2 losing bonus points, you know, and we'll go fucking deeper. It was because it was all or fucking nothing that it was such a fucking kick in the stones. Look, I think we left the game out there, and that's being honest with you. Watching it back, we could have and we should have won that, but we didn't, and that's no disrespect to Cass. We squandered chances. Early on in the game, we had a scrum 5 meters out fucking Alatoa went down, got pinged. That was that gone. That was fucking perfect attacking platform, and we worked hard to get there. Later on in the game, we had a line out in the corner. We fucking blew that. So yeah, look, Macmillan is not wrong. We were fucking authors of our own misfortune, really. And I see Jack is bearing an awful lot of the brunt on social media.
Yeah.
Of the missed kicks. Now, look, he left 8 points out there. We lost by 2, right? And his place kicking has to get
4 kicks he missed or 3?
Well,
3, I thought.
I thought it was 3.
Was it? Yeah, it was 3.
Yeah.
Sorry, it was 3. It was 3. So 6 points. But in saying that, the previous week in Toulon, he only missed 1. You know, he missed 1 of the conversions. It's who'd want to be a fucking out half, lads? You're damned if you do and you're damned if you fucking don't. You know what I mean? Because you're the focus of attention. You can hide on the fucking wings and do fuck all for most of the game. You know, so long as you don't utterly fuck up, you're going to get away with it. You know, your center of attention as out half. But look, there's no two ways about it. He needs to improve his kicking average. But as I said, look, he only missed 1 the week before. But on the flip side of that, he was at the heart of everything positive for the Munster team. And if he hadn't have been there, we would have got fucking hammered because there was more ball went fucking through his hands. I mean, he topped the list of carries. He had 18 or 19 fucking carries. He had more than anybody else on the fucking team. He had 3 line breaks, right? So to blame him solely for the loss of the game is, in my mind, it's fucking bollocks. It was a team effort. And look, if you want to fucking go back, you could say Shane Daly, if he had made his tackle, you know, that was a try-saving tackle, he missed it. Jack O'Donoghue gathered the ball, spilled it over the line, they pounced on it, they scored a fucking try. You could blame fucking Jack for it. You know, either of those 2 tries hadn't happened, we would have won by 5 fucking points. Then Tom Farrell hadn't fucking got bin for the crock roll. We wouldn't have conceded 14 points when he was off the pitch. You know, so you can fucking it's a team game and it's hard to fucking pin it down 1. So look, as I say, after calming down a bit, I think if we had a bit more fucking composure and a bit more focus in the game, right? And our defense wasn't great. Like let's be honest, we need to work on our defense. But we need to fucking work a bit smarter. As I say, we could have won the game, and I just had a look back over fucking stats, and it is actually fucking frightening, right? We've conceded 96 points in the last 3 games. So that'll tell you.
96 in 3 games.
96, right?
Yeah.
We've had 4 yellow cards in our last 3 pool games, right? And we shipped 52 points in the time those players were in the bin. So those 4 yellow cards have cost us 52 points, right?
Jesus.
And the last 2 games, the Toulon and Cass match, we've lost by 2 points in both games. That's the margin was in it. But we gave away 14 points in both games when a player was in the bin. So, Jack, as I said, Jack's kicking needs to get better. But the yellow cards, the discipline, it is fucking killing us. You know what I mean? Take that into consideration. It pales into insignificance the 6 points that Jack left behind him. You know? So, look, working our discipline and our defence, get fucking cuter. And we might have a shot at beating Exeter in the Challenge Cup. But look, despite they put in a good shift, there were some good performances. That Tacker Abrahams was fucking unreal in attack. And unfortunately, lads, if the rumours are true and he's leaving us at the fucking end of the season, we're fucked. You know, he's one of the bright sparks.
Is that the rumour going around now, is it?
Yeah, him and Klein are supposedly leaving at the end of the season.
I heard about Klein, but I didn't hear about fucking
Klein is definitely going.
I knew Klein is going, but I didn't know.
Yeah, no, Klein is signed for Gloucester. But no, the rumour there 3 or 4 weeks ago was Abrahams was leaving at the end of the season. But look, there was some good lads. Abrahams was good. Casey, Shane Daly. Look, fucking these things happen in rugby. Shane Daly was very good. Jack O'Donoghue was very good. Crowley was, despite missed conversions, was fucking excellent. A lad who rarely gets a mention is Jeremy Loughlin.
Yeah.
I thought Jeremy Loughlin had a great game. There was a shit. What are you laughing at? There's a comment coming in. I can't see it. Never mind.
Niall Steins.
There was a shit load of ball went through his fucking hands. And now it may be a new fucking tactic because he was getting the ball and he wasn't taking it into contact. Right? He wasn't going to ground with the fucking thing. He wasn't trying to break the line. He seemed to be passing it on. So it may be something new to working on. But like he done well. And that's fucking it. As I say, from Castro, that fucking Suckabally was unreal. So look, we suck it up. We're in the Challenge Cup. It may not be the fucking worst thing. But that's it.
I'm going to get into a few comments here first before I get back onto you, Matt. Mike Sheedy, Munster players did great work in game, which are proud of the lads, but France team was too much stronger. We move on to next Friday night, round 10 of the URC. Mark Noonan, fair play to Castor support. They were a class pre and post game as well.
And they can haggle with fucking Limerick street traders.
Yeah. No, sorry. Niall Steins, to be fair, the Munster versus Casper match was a better game than Leinster versus Bayonne game. That was awful to watch. They looked like they were passing slippery fish around the pitch. There is a good comment here from Mark Noonan. I think Richard Holland, he's one of our admins, he's been on both those quite a few times. He said there's two places on the field that you can't hide and have a bad day. And that was the front row and halfback. And Mark Noonan says, kickers miss kicks and it's easy to come out to blame them for losses. I'll stand over that no matter who the kicker or team is. Yeah, they're going to have bad days. That was just happened to be Jack Crowley's bad day. Yeah. But like you said, he did an awful lot of work here and there as well. Then maybe people weren't kind of acknowledging him for either. Let's see.
Well, some of the social media trolls weren't anyway.
Yeah, but then again, your trolls got troll, man. Come on. Pauline Boland, I was gutted over the lost Castros too. We need to get back our Munster players that have gone elsewhere. Jake Flannery and Ben Healy, to mention a couple.
And if that's the case, you can give back your Leinster players as well.
Don't speak to your fucking mother like that.
And that's half your team gone.
Don't fucking cheeky, you fucking little gutter snipe, you. Fucking have a bit of respect. Do you know what? She is actually dead right. You're right, Paulie. Don't mind him, right? We let Jake Flannery go, and he's fucking doing very, very well up in Ulster. And I can't see, like, you're bringing these lads through the academy.
But why was he let go then?
Well, sure. Look, that's not my decision or your decision. That's the powers that be decided to let him go.
Yeah, of course. But this is the thing, though. Like, I mean, he obviously clearly wasn't doing a job for Munster. He was sent away.
No. I'll correct you there now, Matt. Right?
I'm trying to find out.
He wasn't given the opportunity to do a job for Munster. If you don't play guys and give them fucking game time, you're never going to know how fucking good they are. So he never really got the opportunity to fucking shine, as he got fuck all game time, and he was shipped off up to Ulster.
Fair enough, right? Fair enough. Yeah. But here's the other side of it, though. So he's up in Ulster, he's playing, and he's doing well. Would he go back? Probably not.
No, he wouldn't. And like,
you wouldn't blame him. You wouldn't blame him.
No, you wouldn't. Like if you were in the job and they kind of didn't appreciate you, you know what I mean? And then you go, Jesus, that man was fucking, Jesus, he was a great fucking rep.
That's pretty much exactly it. Like, he just
wasn't. Like, at the end of the day, it's a fucking job, Matt. Do you know what I mean? It is. It's professional rugby. It's a job.
But look, it's a fair point. I mean, like, if you don't play a player, he doesn't get an opportunity to show what he can do or showcase him on the pitch, he is going to ultimately leave. And then if he gets his opportunities elsewhere, he's going to go out of his way to make it the right decision to go, well, fuck yous let me go. Now this is what I can do, but you didn't give me the chance.
Correct. You know? Like, I mean, Ben O'Connor was played at the weekend, right? And there's a lot of Munster supporters have been fucking saying for fucking yonks. Where's O'Connor? Why isn't O'Connor playing? Why isn't Coughlin on? You know what I mean? I know you have to ease him in gradually, but fucking Van Gran did not. Like the time actually, that was a fucking great win against Toulon the time when we were down to, I mentioned last week, we were down to bare bones there a couple of seasons ago. Do you remember that, Danny?
Yeah,
And he ended up sending all the youngsters down to Toulon, and he came away with a fucking victory out of the fucking thing. And it just and that was great. And you think this is what these lads can fucking do. Have never fucking saw game time for another fucking 6 months. You know, so I think Macmillan has given the likes of Coughlin and O'Connor. You know, he's played O'Connor in that decider there at the weekend. He is, and that is his culture, bringing through young lads as much, just the same as Richie Murphy has done. Like Richie Murphy worked with youngsters in the under 20, so that's manna from heaven for Richie Murphy to have a group of young guys that he can mold. You know what I mean? It's fucking the right coach. Different approaches.
Yeah. Gregory here says Pauline Bowen, Jake's contract is up at the end of the season. You might be able to get him. But no, lads, I'd say Ben Healy, from I know, I'd say he might be out of the equation because I haven't heard much from him in the terms of playing for Edinburgh in a while. So
yeah, he hasn't. His contract is renewed with Edinburgh, though, isn't it? Wasn't that renewed there a couple of weeks ago?
Matt, before we get on to you and ask for your opinion on the Munster game, your mother Pauline says the cheek of him.
Yeah, you're
which
dead
is
right,
true.
fucking Pauline.
Wouldn't be at fucking now.
Over the knee, Pauline. You're not too fucking big yet.
Yeah. Pauline, you're going to have to reward him next time he calls over. You're going to have to have a word with him now, Pauline. Come on.
The woman is.
Pauline again says Jake is from my local village of Banshatu.
Ah, Jesus, here we go.
Matt, since your mother has given out here, you better say some good things about that Munster Casters, Matt. So I'll leave you ask us.
Do you want me to say something good or do you want me to say something bad?
I have to say what you're going to say, and I'll leave your mother to deal with you then.
Think your mind, Matt.
It's just fucking. If I was a Munster fan, I'd be frustrated as hell because the win was there. They left it out on the pitch. There's no two ways about it. It's discipline. It's defense. It's mentality now at this stage. They should have won that game, and I don't like people fucking blaming Jack because kicking. He shouldn't be in that position to be kicking for points to win a game. You know, he shouldn't have been.
Well, no, as an out half now, that is
no, but you know what I mean. Like I'm saying, like they're all blaming him. Oh, he missed kicks. But,
no, I don't blame him solely for the loss because it wasn't. Sorry to interrupt you, Matt. Not solely, but it is your job as an out half to kick the points to win the game.
No, it is of course, but it's not your job to make sure that you're winning the game for the fucking team by kicking the points. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So like he shouldn't be in that position to be having to get these kicks to win a game. Like, oh, we only lost by 2. If Jack had got one of them kicks, we would have fucking drawn. Or if he had got 2 of them kicks he missed, we would have won. Bullshit. I hate that. You know, all of these lads giving out about him missing kicks. I'd love to see them on a pitch, under pressure, kicking for goal because it's not an easy
same situation he was in. In the same situation he was kicking.
Put your fucking put yourself in his fucking boots and see what you just do then. That wasn't the killing of the game. Discipline. Fucking the yellow card for fucking Tom Farrell was. They know they can't do that, but they know they can't do that. Yeah, but you look at the mishap with Jack O'Donoghue. That's unfortunate. But you don't know what was going on. There was 3 Munster players there. They might have all been calling for the ball and they got muddled up and whatever. And it was an opportunist try, you know. Things like that, you know, like shit happens, you know, but it's down to your discipline. Like when you get a yellow card, especially against a team that, like any team in France, they're going to punish you. And they got fucking 14 points from one. If at that point, like I think Munster were up by 7 at that point. If Tom Farrell hadn't got yellow carded, it's quite possible that there would have been a completely different result in that game because later on you got a Castor player sin binned And you saw Edwin Adogbo when he came on, 2 fucking tries. That chap is unbelievable. And he should be playing, he should be starting at this stage now because he is unbelievable.
Yeah,
I
even
think
even Ben Vincent here, Ben O'Connor and Edwin the Dog one, I think will be in the training squad for the Six Nations.
have to be. Look, they have to be. You saw his second try when he was going for that try line.
I don't know if Ben will be now, in fairness.
There was 4 or 5 Castriff players hanging off him.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Boy, yeah.
And they still couldn't fucking stop him.
Absolute fucking unit. He
is huge. And like you look at the likes of like Ireland and their struggles in the scrum lately, especially against South Africa. He's the type of lad you need in a fucking scrum. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Because he's not only adding fucking physicality, he's adding weight, but he's also he's talented as well, and he's just one of those chaps that'll just put his head down and give it fucking all, you know. And sooner or later, we're going to have to start realizing this. And
actually, I was disappointed. I actually think it might have been a slightly different complexion on the game if he had started rather than being coming off the bench.
Yeah. Exactly. Look, again, you know, I suppose Clayton McMillan is still getting used to his team, and he's still figuring out, you know, what his core guys are, and it's going to take a while, you know. But I think they will be desperately disappointed. I think Tyg Byrne he's let himself down a little bit with his discipline recently.
Yeah.
He doesn't seem to be. I don't know what's going on with him at the minute. You expect more from your captain. Do you know what I mean? He should be on the pitch leading by example, you know, getting into the players' fucking mentality and going, lads, come on, fuck, like, you know, we're in this together. There you go.
Look, I agree with you, Matt, 100%. And I think what we're missing is a Peter O'Mahony style character.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you need somebody to grab him by the scruff and go, fuck. Lads, you know what I mean? It's no point in going, listen, lads, now we have to fucking tighten up here. Tighten the fuck up. Like, I don't know, did I mention it on last week's show? Maybe I didn't. Fuck, my memory is shite. But correct me fucking if I did. But there was I think it was Tommy Bowe and Donegal Callahan show. Donegal Callahan was talking about how fucking you couldn't make a mistake in his playing years. He said there was some game anyway, and there was a certain play, and he fucked up the play, and Stringer didn't talk to him for 2 weeks because he fucked up one play. And he said, he'd like, they're the fucking best of fucking mates. And he said he just wouldn't actually speak to him. You know what I mean? He just fucking blanked him for fucking 2 weeks because you have to have that fucking mentality. You know what I mean? This goal, I lost you. And you know what I mean? They have to be fucking fighting. Now, I do think McMillan is the guy to fucking steal. And just, there's a comment coming in there, Dan. Do you want to read that?
I said, there's one here by John Healy first. It says, Byrne got 2 cards, not really leading by example at that. Joe said to Matt's point. So,
yeah, there's a point that just actually, there's a comment. It isn't on the screen because actually, David Sheedy sent it to me before the show because he said he was going to be out, right?
Yeah. And
I thought it was a very, very good point. Paraphrasing now, the gist of his point was, since the academies, we've lost the experience of grizzled old AIL players, right? The likes of fucking Claw and all of these guys, right? That had a bit of fucking rugby intelligence. And I think he's dead right? We lacked rugby intelligence there on Saturday night, as Matt said, right, to kind of close out that game, get a bit fucking cuter. And we've lost that. As David said, Munster over the years, especially in Europe, have won games that they had no right to win because they were fucking smart. And like he gave the example of the fucking Northampton. Yeah, Northampton game, 42 fucking phases. You know what I mean? And you win a game that you should never have won. And we have lost that. And like he said, look, these guys are coming out, they're extremely talented, they're well coached and stuff, but you don't have the fucking smarts. And I'd have to agree with him 100% that we need to just get. Look, I actually said it last week against Toulon. we just lack that fucking rugby news. I actually said fucking the same thing. That just bit of fucking cop on. But there is nobody feeding in. We've lost all the older guys. They're gone. And it isn't just in Munster. It's across the fucking 4 provinces that you haven't got an old head in there going, listen, lad, this is what we need to do. Cop yourself on. You know what I mean? So yeah, I would agree with him 100%.
Yeah,
just a point there, but just before you get to that comment there, like, I was looking at Craig Casey as well in that first half, and he clawed that game back for you in the first half as well. He was fucking unbelievable. And you see now, back from injury, you see what he can do and how badly he was missed, and I think he is just, he's unbelievable. When he's on form, he is very, very hard to stop.
Yeah. And look, Casey has an awful lot of fucking heart with him. He really is the embodiment of the Munster spirit. You know what I mean? Yeah. I have to give him that.
He also proved, like, captain in Ireland there this summer, that he's got the heart and the passion to fucking do a role and to do a senior role like that as well. They should have him part of the senior role or the senior 4 players in Munster, because
the player fucking group or whatever.
Exactly. Do you know what I mean? Or whatever the terminology is. He needs to be there. Do you know? He needs to be there.
Yeah. Pauline says, agree, Lynn. Peter O'Mahony is a big loss. He doesn't put up with any of that sort of shit. Alan Dornan, Jack is a super player and had a great game overall, but if he wants the Irish 10 jersey, he will have to kick his points.
You're right, Alan. And Peter Burke put up a thing there about the 2 lads on the group, and I think both of them, Sam and Jack's biggest fucking problem is the fact that they're both in contention for it. I think it's playing with both their fucking heads, to be quite honest with you.
And you know what? Harry Byrne will just slip right through and get fucking past both.
That's exactly, and because the pressure is not on him. He's the dark horse.
It's not even that. The pressure's not on him, but the spotlight isn't either.
He's none. Yeah. And he's not getting it from the trolls then either. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah. Which look, we all know. Like, I'm sure they don't look at fucking social media, and I'm sure they don't go on to fucking Twitter or X or whatever.
Very hard to avoid them, Matt.
Yeah, I'm sure it is, but like, they don't want to be subjecting themselves to that, and like the shit that goes on there, you want to take with a pinch of salt anyway. But maybe it's a case that it is getting to their heads, and this whole battle that the media has put them head to head against is actually affecting both of them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, we don't know. I got the last 2 comments and we move on to the Connacht game as well before I get to predictions for the weekends. Niall Steins, anyway. Donald O'Callaghan, the bloke that forgot his shorts, and he said you couldn't make any mistakes back in the day. And again, saying that wasn't the mistake. The mistake was picking briefs instead of boxes. Lessons learned. LOL.
Fucking shiny red briefs.
But like at least he made the right decision and wore red ones, not blue ones.
Chapel never lived that down.
Oh yeah, that's ingrained in history. Yeah. Mike Sheedy, before we move on, Munster have a lot of young guns. Only give them a few games. These great players should be getting more games, but it's hard to rotate it around every now and again.
Yeah, but in fairness to Macmillan, he's doing the best he can, and fucking, I think, Matt mentioned the Dogbo, and I think he has a fucking huge future. But I think it was also very good as Gleeson. And Gleeson, now he didn't. Yeah, I don't think he shone on Saturday as much as he can. But that guy, when he gets ball in hand, that's some fucking massive pace. That's just on the Munster. But look, there is young talent in Ulster, Munster, Leinster, and Connacht. All 4 provinces have young. Like, if we're talking about the Irish setup, all 4 provinces have young lads that should be fucking nurtured, brought through. Because the future is bright for Irish rugby if we can, harness the talent that's out there.
Yeah. Matt, we'll move on. I ask your opinions on the Connacht Montalban game. Connacht win that one 75-14.
Wow. Jesus. Fucking ridiculous score, like.
Yeah.
Okay, 11
It's,
fucking tries, 11 tries for Connacht. Yeah, Montauban they're kind of that Pro 2 D2 team in France where they're probably up to the Pro 14 and then down, and they're probably on that periphery where they're kind of going up and down. But
yeah,
Yo-yo.
they're probably one of the poorer sides in France. But like it was like men against boys that game, you know. Okay, the red card didn't help them, and the yellow card in the middle with the penalty try didn't help that scenario. But even if that didn't occur, I still think it would have been a fairly decent score. It probably would have been in the high 40s, low 50s anyway, regardless of that. But it's matches like that are painful to watch because it's, you know, when kids are playing and if there's a fucking runaway team, the fucking referee will blow fucking full time 10 minutes into the second half, you know, and that's what they should do in games like this. You know, it's like, fucking stop it. They're already dead, lads. Do you know what I mean? But
yeah.
And it kind of ruins the spectacle of the game as well because it just gets boring because it's just one team fucking pissing all over the other and there's nothing really in it. And you don't learn much from. You learn more from getting hammered like by a scoreline like that, but you don't learn much from being the high scoring team. But look, a win's a win.
Bevan says here, Count were good, just some lack of discipline at the line out and scrum. It proved that though that Jack Carty shouldn't kick anymore. He doesn't have the knack for it. Once they took Sam off, they should have just let either Sean or Cahill kick for the points. So
Well,
I suppose,
you've actually mentioned him before, Gilbert. He's fucking brilliant for them. He really is. He's a class player.
Len, your thoughts on the Connacht Montauban game?
It was a bit like the Munster game. It was nip and tuck the whole way up to the last minute.
Tongue firmly in cheek there, Len.
Yeah.
Look, fair play to the fucking lads out west. That was fucking some result. Look, like Matt said, Montauban are one of these teams that'll fucking yo-yo up and down between fucking promotion and relegation. But doesn't take from the fact they're still in the top fucking 14 and you still have to go out and you have to play against them. And get a result. So they certainly got a result. It was 11 tries, 8 different fucking try scorers. That's fucking fantastic, right?
Yeah.
Then conversions wise, there was only 10 conversions because one was a penalty try. Between Gilbert and fucking Nocton, they managed to knock over 9 of the fucking 10. Which again, Gilbert has been he has been a fucking brilliant signing for Connacht because they struggled with a kicker. They really did. And this guy is fucking knocking them over for fucking sport. And it's going to make a difference to them.
Yeah.
Well, look, there's not a lot you can. It kind of reminds me, Matt, of the Ireland Day game against Portugal.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
What was it, 103 or fucking whatever it was? You're just watching it going, look, fucking, just call a fucking halt now at this stage. As Matt said, there's no enjoyment in it. But look, there is if you're a Connacht fucking supporter, and you were getting your value for money out of it. You paid for the tickets to that one, so fair play to them. And and they're on the opposite side. We have Ulster now and Munster on the same side of the Challenge Cup. And Connacht are on the opposite side.
Yeah. Hopefully it might be 2 Irish provinces in the final, but
look, it was fucking smashing.
Yeah. Dara here, Len, how were the pints at Thomond?
I don't know. I was driving. I was on coke.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, coke. He just leaves me to fucking prick everything. I was actually Guinness 0-0.
That's it. You're banned from the forwards.
Guinness
you're banned from the forwards. I'll be back to you. Go do your little belly, your 2-2 and all that sort of crack. You're no longer allowed with the forwards. You understand that, Lynn?
I'd have no fucking longer have a license if I was stopped because there's no such thing as one fucking pint. So yes,
you have a proper license for getting around that.
In fairness, for being responsible, Len, fair play to you because it doesn't matter whether you're forward or whoever the fuck you are, or how big you are. If you're driving, you don't fucking drink.
No,
Plain and
no.
simple.
And like in
There you
fairness,
go.
lads, from Waterford up to fucking, we left at 2:00, right? Which you reckon, fucking Limerick is 70 miles up the road, and I've a season ticket holder for fucking years, but just family circumstances, like it's fucking not possible to get to all the games. It was only a fucking way, so I get to once when I can, but it's the worst road in the country because you're going through little villages, Carrick, Clonmel, then all the little village Banch and all that, where your mother's from, all the way up, right? We left at 2:00. We got to Carrick, right? A couple of miles up the fucking road, right? Fucking crash. Three fire brigades there clearing the road and spraying the fucking thing. We barely made the turnstiles for 5:20. 3 hours, 20 minutes it took us to get to Limerick.
It takes you about an hour and a half.
What?
It takes you about an hour and a half.
You'll never, like Limerick, you won't, like 2 hours ago. I can get from my house to Dublin Airport in an hour and a half.
Really?
And, yeah, really. It's motorway all the way.
Yeah.
And unless you hit, very heavy traffic on the M50, you'll make it in an hour and a half. Limerick, you will not. No matter fucking how heavy a foot you have, you won't make it in less than 2 hours. So no, I won't be drinking when I'm fucking driving.
Yeah. Darrell Weston here says Connacht game was like one of Grennan's jokes. It got more painful the longer it went on. And that is actually very accurate. Let's see. How long would it take Len to get statues? About 3 weeks.
That's straight up a motorway. Oh no, we have to fucking veer off there to the south side. Sorry. But
Right side.
The right side.
Listen to Brosnan, the self-appointed shop steward of the front row union. Guinness 00 is allowable under certain circumstances, including your drink being spiked or when driving. So then your front row union membership is safe.
100%.
Hey, why are you going to fucking front row? I told you I'm a winger that identifies as a fucking prop.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, more winger than winger, I'd say, to be honest with you then.
It's a low blow now, that is.
Yeah, but come on. Someone has to say it anyway. If you're a travelling fan, if you're a travelling fan, you'd be disgusted with your team's performance against Connacht. It's an issue with the French teams travelling, as some just don't care and send over their drinks.
Yeah, but somebody send Castro that fucking memo, will you please?
Yeah. You've never told Castro anyway. We'll move back onto the URC. I saw a post by Bev Ann earlier on as well. The Connacht Leinster game was supposed to be on TG Car. As far as I know, that's now cancelled. It's only on Premier Sports because there was some clash over the GA with a match. So I'm not sure what's happening yet unless TG Car are going showing on the rap or something like that.
That's scandalous.
Huh?
That's scandalous. Interprovincial and they're not showing it.
Yes, fucking pain in the arse. Apparently, it's on delayed coverage on the URC app as well.
Wow.
So, yeah, so that is a absolute fucking mess up on the part of TG Car. Big intervention like that should get priority over some National League game in the GA. But then I'll come to you first. Munster hosting the Dragons Friday night, which is actually on TG Car. Who do you think will win that one?
Yeah, that's a Munster win. I think they'll. Look, I hope they're fucking hurting after the loss and fucking go all out and fucking hammer the Dragons. Sorry, Dragons.
Yeah. Matt, Munster versus Dragons, Munster at home.
Yeah, well, look, you'd like to think that they'll come out all guns a-blazing now and put Dragons to the fucking sword, but you have to say Dragons have been playing above themselves this fucking season, and they already slaughtered fucking Connacht. No offense, Connacht fans, but who knows? It'll just depend on the day. I would imagine Munster should win that and win it comfortably at home. So yeah, look, I'll go with a Munster win at home.
But since you're there, Scarlets hosting Ulster Saturday. Who do you see winning that one?
Yeah, again, like Scarlets, they're that fucking team that they blow hot and cold. The fact that they're at home might be a little bit difficult, but the way Ulster have been playing this season, I can't see anything else other than an Ulster win. I think they have been the informed province so far in this tournament, and I hope they keep it up for the whole way. But yeah, concentrate more on a solid 40 minutes in the second half, and they'll do fine.
Len, your thoughts on the upcoming game between Scarlets and Ulster? Who do you think will win that one?
Ulster all the way. Ulster all the way. Look, lads, I'm not signing up. I ain't going to be a fucking bona fide fucking Ulster supporter. But send down the keg of harp, and if I run out of Guinness, well, I'll dig into it.
I'll give them to harp here as well, Matt. And then if you want them, just to warm yourself up to them.
Nudge, wink, wink. And now harp.
Yeah. I've a couple of bottles of Miller and Coors Ice as well.
Stick them up your hole.
Which one?
Both of them.
Right. Len, I'll come back to you again. Connacht hosting Ulster. Where do you see that one going?
Leinster.
And I didn't even ask. Yeah, that's fair enough.
Danny, you said Connacht versus Ulster, and we said Leinster.
Yeah. Sorry, Connacht versus Leinster. My mistake. Apologies. Len, who did you win that one? Connacht or Leinster?
Fuck me, Pink. You just don't fucking know. You like what team will? According to Ian Arbor, they're straight back into the URC. Will they put out a full team? They had a couple of lads crocked. In the Bayonne game, you actually don't know. They're going down. Look, Leinster will fight on all fronts, and that's what you have to do. And this crack of somebody said that Munster should concentrate now on the Challenge Cup. That's a load of bollocks. You fucking concentrate on both. You're in both competitions. You fucking give your all in both. This fucking nonsense of I will concentrate in the URC or I will concentrate. Whichever competitions, you're in both competitions, concentrate in both of them. Connacht, you know what? I think this is going to probably be the game of the fucking weekend. So I can't actually call it, but I wouldn't put it past Connacht to win by a point or two, or Leinster to win by fucking 3 or 4 scores. Yeah, I actually don't know.
Just so you know, the newsstand is opened in the sports ground this weekend as well for the Leinster game. There's been waiting for a while to open, and that's opened. There are Weston's here as well saying TG Carr aren't showing the Leinster game, and we're expected to pay a TV license to support these GAA loving Gael goers. And I wouldn't mind.
100%.
I wouldn't mind, but TG Carr could show it on their app, or even on their YouTube page. So, but Matt, Connacht versus Leinster, how do you see that one going?
Yeah, look, I would expect Leinster to win. Again, it'll be all about the squad that is picked.
Yeah.
That could be the catalyst of who's winning this. Connacht are always hard to beat at home. They're hard to beat anyway, especially in the sports ground. Great to see the new stand open. Our man out west, James Grennan, will be fucking delighted now. He'll be loving it now in the new stand. But look, I'd like to think Leinster will do it, but it could be close. It could be a tight game. I reckon Leinster will do it maybe by a score and a half, like maybe 6-7 points.
I think Lancaster's going to relish the fact of going up against Leinster.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think he will be primed, and he'll have the team primed.
Absolutely.
He has an insight into how they're going to operate. So, but yeah, look.
Listen, I'd say it could be the game of the weekend.
Yeah, that's what you said. Yeah,
you said that already. Yeah, I think it could be right. I absolutely think it could be right. It could be an absolute belter of a game. Look, it'll either be a belter of a game or it'll be fucking shit.
There'll be no in between.
It'll be one of the two.
It won't be in between.
Bev Anson here. I think the new stand opening and the win last week might give Connacht that boost to win against Leinster. Plus, it would be amazing to see the upset of the season.
Yeah, but
Look,
to put it to you this way,
fair.
if I was going into Paddy Power and I was putting money on it, I'd put money on Leinster. Let's be honest, right?
And get your young lad to go in there and put his money on Connacht.
I'll just take his lead.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, as I say, it depends on the squads that are picked. So yeah, look, it will. I think hopefully it'll be a very, very good game.
And look, it's not in the realm of impossible for Connacht to do this. Do you know what I mean? Like it is doable. It'll just come down to the squad that's picked for Leinster, because Leo Cullen fucking rotates the squad quite well and does it quite regularly as well. So yeah, look, that could be. It could be a poor choice squad that could end up losing to Connacht. You wouldn't know. It could easily happen.
Yeah. Lads, I just wanted to make a shout out to 2 games that happened over last weekend as well in the Celtic Challenge. I can't seem to find the round 4 or 5, I think, fixtures at the moment. But the Wolfhounds beat their Welsh counterpart 69-0. That was on at Ravenhill. The later game of the day saw the Clovers beat Glasgow as well, 57-31. Impossible, Matt. Hanging out with the Kerry people is ruining your grammar.
I know, that's why you'll have to come back on, Dara, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, he went all Ralph Wiggum on that one, all right. Niall Stiles, Connacht can only play for 60 minutes, but if they sneak in some extra Luke, say, to give them that extra 33 to 30, they should get them over the line, all right. What's it now? There is one more comment I want to get here, all right, anyway. Mike Sheedy saying, Munster versus Glasgow Warriors, round 10 URC, this is Friday night. I'm actually on the URC website there, and it's down as Munster versus Dragons in round 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was Dragons as well.
No, Glasgow Warriors and Munster is actually round 11.
Yeah.
That's what that one is. Not round 10, it's round 11. So it's Dragons in round 10. Lads, we will wrap it up for tonight, I suppose. Anyway,
One.
Yeah.
Be remiss me. Sorry, Matt.
Work away.
We do recognise other sports when people excel. And as a Waterford man, I just have to say, even though they're not my club, congratulations to Ballygunner on winning their 2nd All-Ireland club title. Well done, Gunners.
Yeah, come on, you like Darren now. You know those TG Car Gale goals as well.
But I'll cut that out down to Spotify.
Yeah, let's go at the end of it. Just okay, Ed from here now. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for being part of the show. Matt, Len, until next time, take care.
Good luck.
Cheers, lads.